You make me wanna throw my picture out the window. Tell MCI to cut the phone calls. Break my lease so I can move. Cause you a bugaboo, a bugaboo. I wanna put your number on the call. I can tap AOL, make my email stop. Cause you a bugaboo, you bugging what you bugging, who you bugging me. And don't you see it ain't cool. It's not hot that you be calling me, stressing me, paging my beat, but you just won't stop. And it's not hot that you be leaving me messages every 10 minutes and then you stop by. When I first met you, you weren't cool, but it was game, you had me fooled. 'Cause 20 minutes after I gave you my number, you already had my mailbox full. So what? You bought a pair of shoes, but now here's the thing I owe you. You have to call as much as you do. I give them back to be through with you. And so what? Mama likes you, like you. Now here's the thing I will do. Even if you don't say it like you do, I don't really care 'cause you a bugaboo.
Throw my picture out the window. Tell MCI to cut the phone call. Break my lease. That has nothing to do with industry, but I just put it there. Hi, welcome back. Just wrapped up the live for his and hers, and now we're back with the mess for industry. Child, I'm ready to talk about industry because industry came back like it never left, like no time had passed. Ashley, what's wrong?
Nothing. We are good. I'm ready.
I thought it was streaming on your side. I was going to say, man, look, you had that not streaming on my side face. But once again, thank you guys so much for being here. Be sure to hit that like button and show us some love and let us know how you're feeling about industry. Are you glad we're talking about it? Because I looked in them industry streets. I didn't see a whole lot. And this is a really, really good show. And I was surprised that there wasn't more fanfare or conversations about it. What about you, Ashley? You ready to get into industry?
It was a lot. It's a lot for my delicate sensibilities. Y'all know how I feel. We have one man came from the upside down, and now he's a full crackhead. Then we have Nick from The Handmaid's Tale with Mandingo. It was so much happening in a first episode, but some good things as well. This has kind of been underrated in my own estimation. Like, I knew people have talked about it in certain circles, but it's not as widespread as I think it probably should be. Is it gratuitous? Yes. Is there a lot of stuff? Yeah. But is the story within the story really good? I think so. I like the characters. I can't lie. I'm ready to talk about it.
Now, I feel like this show was probably left in the shadow of Succession. If anybody watches Succession, you probably understand what I mean. I think that show and how kind of good it is, it kind of put this one in the back to where we know it's good, but as far as like notoriety and it being on it, like I just don't think it's that what it should be because it's really, really good. But getting into our overall thoughts of this new episode, Ashley, how did you feel going into it? Because there's no more Pure Point and no more Rob.
Yeah, it was time for Rob to go. Rob and Yasmin's toxicity, it was time for that to be over. And I knew as long as we had Yasmin around, if Rob had stayed and not pursued his other ventures, he would forever be her lapdog. Even in her new marriage, even in that new situation, I don't think he would get to fully shine. I love this for his character because for the 3 seasons before, it was really, I'm at your whim, I'm at your mercy. I think she's been playing with that man dingling for 100 years and just gave him some cootenanny last season. Like anybody who knows me, and if you were in the Discord when we watched this, you know I can't stand Yasmin. I cannot stand Yasmin at all. And so yes, I'm missing him, but I'm glad he's gone. You know, Eric is my boo. You know, I'm over here with Harper Stern. But no, as far as a season opener, I thought this was great. They did an exceptional job of introducing some new characters to us. And Harper, this really set the tone for what I believe this season is going to be. I really do think this is, and it's always about control and dominance, but I think this is going to take it to the next level. I also can't get around the fact of how black and white it's going to be, both literally and metaphorically. The amount of times they said black in this episode, I was like, what's going on in the writer's room? From my boyfriend's big and black. He'll be here to the schlong we had to look at. It was huge in black. There's this really, there was a lot of deeply melanated people in Harper's office, which I'm here for. I think this, honestly, in my personal opinion, this is going to be Harper's year to completely dominate and blow everybody out of the water, or this is going to be when she's finally ruined for good. Because Harper can't stop playing the games that she plays. I loved how we stayed true to our base characters and got to meet some new ones. I'm nervous about what's going to happen, Tyra, in the season. I really am.
Me myself, I am a stickler with characters, and we just recently binged the show, and I feel like I just got comfortable with our character. Like I was like, wait, what you mean Rob gone? I was not here for Rob and Yasmin. I was tired of that as well, but I really wanted to watch Rob succeed. He spent so much time failing at everything. If he wasn't failing, he was being objectified or using his sexual prowess to get ahead, or just being like. It just really gave that he wasn't cut out, and everything that they said about him in that initial season about why he isn't qualified and shouldn't work here, because it was really giving. Oh, he's cute. I can see that little boy running around the office. The clients would like him too. Just go and give him the job just because. Meanwhile, it's like, yeah, no. But I just wanted to have, a little redemption situation, or even a moment where Yasmin might try to roll up and say, baby, Sir Henry, he ain't here right now. So what you doing later? Like, no, I'm taking. But I just wanted to see Rob stand on big business for just a little bit. So it's kind of odd that he's just gone. I was like, we ain't gonna see him jump bad. Like I feel like we never really got to see him succeed, and it feels like it was kind of a latchkey situation at the end of season 3. Like, okay, yeah, this corporation, I'm on the upstart of something grand, and it's gonna make a whole lot of money, and I'm gonna be the boss now. And really, I'm like, I want to see it. He don't have to be here for long. I just need him to come and throw it in Yasmin's face. Like, girl, this could have been you. This could have been you, but you was playing. You thought you chose the bag. No, you chose some stress. I was the real bad girl to catch. Something. Or even for him to go and just show why it's really not, especially when we're getting into Harper, it's really not worth it to chase something and really be exhausted and drained and low-key hate your job, but revel in it, and just like you can still have happiness and success and be an okay, upstanding person. Look at me. Like I just, what we got now? Y'all already took what's our baby from over there in Alien Romulus? We already took Gus. Gus died as Her Blue, and we never saw him again. We already took Gus, but Rob was an arc that I wanted to see. The Pierpoint situation was a big thing for me. You know how many heart palpitations I had down there in Pierpoint? I knew that we probably weren't, going to be there with how we ended off the season, but just to like leave Pierpoint and now we're somewhere else having heart palpitations. I was like, oh, I felt like I was an employee. But with that being said, overall thoughts, this was a great start. For me to be a stickler for characters and character building, and we just got comfortable with these people and really getting into them, and now you're introducing us to a gaggle of new people, they did a good job. I was really worried when I saw the casting and who was going to be gone. I was like, what? We don't know these people. We don't know these people. I really don't have any interest in getting to know your new additions. I want the people that we've been in the paint with. No, we met about 6, 7, maybe 8 people and they're just fine. They fit like a glove. I was like, who's writing this? Y'all need to go write for other people. You need to show people how it's done. This could have went horribly wrong. This was really breaded for, and we go with this 4th season. Industry that lost its touch. It's been ran out of steam. And they blew this out of the water. The way I'm invested in the next episode, because I need to know what's going on, this is a great start. Actually, how did you feel they incorporated these new additions? This was really good to me. I was surprised.
It was good. It was good and diverse, and some familiar faces and some other faces. Y'all probably know old girl from Sabrina, but she's dark haired over here because it took, and from Mad Men, because I was like, who is that? Why does she look so familiar but different? And it's the dark hair.
Girl,
But
the way my baby went, Mama, is that Emma Watson? I said, get out of my room. That ain't Emma Watson.
But no, I'm really, really excited about them. Like I said, we got some deeply melanated people that, of course, Harper's sitting on, because Harper's going to sit on all of them. We have our boy from the Upside Down, Stranger Things ended, and he says, I stay booked and I stay busy, and I'm over here. We have a new political element that we're going to be diving deeper into this season. I'm excited about that. We got Nick over here from Handmaid's Tale. Listen, and I was not expecting. We have Kumar, Tyra. We got Kumar over here being a mess, who I hope is going to be a worthy opponent throughout this season, because again, they introduce these characters, you immediately feel like you know these people, and then we're immediately plunged into conflict. I love that. It gives us a buy-in to want to see the rest of the season. I'm loving it. I honestly believe that industry is meant to be watched weekly and not binge. I think that is the appropriate way to consume this, because baby, if I had to binge, I already can tell this season is going to be a lot. If I had to binge it, I might spaz. But no, I'm excited about all of these additions. All exceptional. Their performances were all great. Like, I have no notes. They did a great job.
It was really flawless. I was like, how does it feel like you guys have been here already? It's strange. I don't know, we don't tend to see seamless writing like this anymore. So I was gladly surprised, because I was like, where is, so y'all just gonna let Rob go? What you mean Rob go? I need him to throw it up in Yasmin's face. Something. Anything. But getting over here, my big black boyfriend. Journalistic integrity and fake black boyfriends. We meet Jim and Haley, some newcomers here. Jim is a journalist who's willing to go wherever he needs to go to get the job. We see him stalk this woman. We are made to know that he politely called down, because she's the receptionist to Whitney, like, hey, can you get me a meeting or a sit down? And let's, like, no, I'm not doing that. So he decided to stalk her, follow her, go on down to the club, pretending like he just all into her, bumping uglies, if you will. And yeah, you can take your little life of the party drugs. I'm gonna stay sober because I need to get to the questions. Takes him back home. I was like, oh my goodness, we have a little bit of integrity, because we don't know in these industry streets, he might have just went for it and tried to take advantage of her and acted like, yeah, we was all in here. But yeah, about those Lakers, I have some questions about Whitney. But he waited, and I was like, oh, she still have her pants on. Oh, I didn't know we were going with that. But he waits until we get all the way here, and it's just like, yeah, so remember that call that I had made? You're that, Jim? Are you crazy? Are you mad? I will stab you. I have a big, black, strong Mandingo warrior, and he's on his way. I'm a white woman. I'll scream. I was like, okay, look, we just met y'all. We just met y'all. But we already have this space with Haley. I think on the back end, even though it's strained right now because of how he tried to approach her, Whitney is up to no good. He's into some nefarious deeds that we know that Jimmy is aware of, but I can't really bring down the hammer because I don't have anyone close enough to him to get some vital information. I think Haley might be that girl, because we see in this episode, we don't see a whole lot with her, but later when they have a conversation about the previous receptionist and what happened to her, it was a little eerie. Yeah, she had Crohn's. She just had to go. What happened, and what are you up to with? Ashley, how did you feel about these two and the big black boyfriend of it all?
Girl, that really pissed me off. He's big and he's black and he'll pummel your ass. Like, girl, please get away from me. I hate that he carried his bags over from Stranger Things over here, Tyra. I really was hoping that he was going to come over here looking fresh. You know what I mean? But I guess
that's his face, like little baby from the pit.
Oh. I'm so sorry. I thought that was supposed to be the newsman energy. You know what I mean? Or you're stuck in the Upside Down and you're traumatized every day. I didn't know that's what. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Anyway, I really I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. No, but I like that he didn't go and get her coochie. I do like that part because she was offering it up on a silver platter. I will give him that, but this is creepy as hell. And to find out that he's on Harper Stern's payroll is beyond because how much is she paying you, sir? And you're not as integral as I thought you may have been. But no, I'm interested to see what this dynamic is. I do think that whether good or bad, this is an inroad. She now knows his face. She now knows his name. I think that there will probably come a time or place in the whole scheme of things where she becomes disgruntled or whatever. I do ultimately think she'll end up being a source. Otherwise, we wouldn't have had this meeting. So I'm interested to see where it goes from there. Some call it stalkings. I would call it dedication. You know what I mean? Dedication to the mission, to the job. Girl, if you want to go out there and do rugs and all that, be careful who you pick up in grocery stores next time. Don't get mad at that man. He was leveraging his opportunity.
Girl, she said somebody told me, maybe it was the big black boyfriend, said it looks like pink bubble gum. Like you want some of this. Well, you know you want to put a ring on my finger, chewing on my bubble gum. You want this for Sheeta? He's like, I'm here for journalistic reasons. Like I can't do that. We might bump uglies on another day, but not right now. Cause we're no big black boyfriend coming. Girl, please. But let's move on. He's big and he's black. He's strong. What? But getting here before we get all off into Miss Harper, will we ever meet Harper's mom? I really want to meet Harper's mom. I think they're saving that. Moments like this, I'm like, girl, we getting up there. Harper's 30. And it's like, yeah, happy birthday, babes. Look like you got everything in the world that you wanted. Yeah, I'm going to put this in the shredder and throw it away. I don't care anything. I don't want to hear nothing from my mother. This is what makes me think Harper has yet to get any closure with her mother, with New York City, with not graduating, and she's forever going to fail every season until she does so. These moments, because she can't really grow and stand in who she is and be fully empowered to really succeed until we deal with what happened in our past. We have yet to deal with these things, in that little moment that we had with our brother really like low-key made things worse, because all he did was hold up a mirror and do some drugs and some other stuff. It didn't offer her any closure. And the fact that we got here and it was just like, yeah, what's next? Throw it in the shredder. I don't care. I was like, oh my God, Harper's gonna fail again this season. Harper, you're gonna fail again this season? Just when I was like, Harper went to the mall this season. Harper went to the beautician. She been to the boutique. Cause baby, I don't know who was doing that struggle hair last. I said, no, don't do Harper. Don't do her like that. Who was on hair last season? We already had the new girl in the braids first season. That was cool though. We was working hard, keeping long hours. We ain't got time to go get no braids refreshed. That's cool. You know, new girls happen. It's natural. Black girls. That hair in the third season, girl, the way that hair pissed me off. So I was happy. The hair and just the whole get up, the way they had Harper out here looking downtrodden. So when she popped out, I was like, come on, we cute, we got out, girl, come on, this look tailored. Harper got some money. And then we get in here, and it's just like, you're gonna fail again? I don't think we're gonna get anywhere until we get over there back to mama. Ashley, how'd you feel about this birthday card?
Girl, Harper's like, go to hell. And I get it, because just think of the mother who raised both Harper and her brother. Like, there's got to be some deep stuff there. The issue I have is not even if she doesn't want to reconnect with that old family because they're toxic, because this was crazy. But the thing that I realized, and I mean, I realized it very early on in this series, is that no one has healthy relationships. None of these people. It's like a bevy of dysfunction and toxicity amongst everything. It's like, how do I betray you in one breath and the next I'm inviting you over to a party to meet people? Like, it's not healthy, it's not normal. And I think until she finds some normalcy, which I was hoping she might have found that in Nick, but damn it, if I was wrong just by looking at pictures, press pics for this season, I was like, oh, okay, this might be good. I feel like she needs a stabilizing factor, whether that's a person, whether that's faith, whether that's a practice that she does, something, because without it, Harper is just on a collision course with herself, with her ambition, because she's just still so desperate for achievement and validation, that she's willing to do any and everything, and it always ends in her demise. And like I said, this season, I think it's going to be cataclysmic one way or the other. Either Harper's going to find herself in this season by middle of the season, like episode 4, or she's going to crash and burn like Rishi level. I think it's going to be terrible, for Harper, unless she finds something that keeps her grounded. She's too out of control. And I'm not even gonna say go back and reunite with that woman, because Lord, God forbid who Harper's mother is. She ain't no mama I would want. But I think she's gotta find something, because she's
I,
just like a lost little lamb out here, girl.
I just want to see them.
No,
I want to see the mama and get into that girl. You and I feel like they'll have a really good guest star. Like, oh, girl, they call Angela. I don't know. They would just call somebody, but I this just signaled to me like, oh, Harper, you finna take us through there again, girl. You just can never be great because she's never. And I'm not saying that she has to like automatically forgive her or have some kindred safe relationship with her mom and all is well, but just some closure for her well being and her mental. Nobody here is okay, especially not Rishi. Rishi, I thought if anybody wasn't gonna be here in this season, it might have been Rishi. Because I was like, where do we go? I said, where do we go with Rishi after the incident? Because what you're not gonna do is just explain it away. Like, are we not gonna, baby? Them folks ran up in your house and took your wife out.
brains.
Your
Oh no.
wife, your wife, and this wasn't just some random. No, this was your actual wife, a woman of means who comes from a wealthy lineage. Somebody's gonna ask questions like, I'm like, are we going to talk about us setting it up to make it look like it was self-inflicted, or are we like, oh, I need some closure with that. We're just not going to act like that didn't occur last season, okay? But we can't get no lower, Rishi. We can't get any lower after Hart kindly hurt his feelings in the last season where he thought he was gonna go on over there and work. And she's like, yeah, no, I'm gonna take Sweet Pea in this one. I just wanted to play in your face and see it when it happened. That was well deserved. But after that roller coaster we went on with him, he was really giving the other, I can't remember the guy, but the one who was kind of a mentee to Rob, who also had the addiction and he died. It just kind of gave he was at the end of his rope and his battery, and this is just what could happen when the life that we live spirals out of control. I didn't think that there was anywhere else to go with him. So when he shows up here, and everybody working for the man, everybody's working for Harper. We're getting, and now it's like I can't really get on or get a job or, be anywhere. And we're talking about a hospital stint. So I think maybe we're getting into like some self-harm because he said, I really wasn't trying to do anything. I really wasn't on that type of timing. And it's like, yeah, I paid your bills and everything, but we got it. Yeah, I'm fine. And we're not. Well, like, yeah, if this information is good that you gave me about old girl, I'll call you and hit you up later. But this is all that you're doing? What are we going to do with Rishi, Ashley? I thought we were done.
I was praying we were done. I don't want to see his ass anymore. I'm over him. The fact that he, was in such dire straits, made it work. You know what I mean? Wife gave him the loan, all that. And then you put yourself back into that same situation and cost her life. There is nothing I want from how bad his attitude was towards Harper, just in general, how he treated them people, how he treated Sweet Pea and Alfie or whatever that guy's name was. It was horrendous. I don't want to see Rishi ass anywhere. He's not good for anything except stealing people's cell phones, apparently, and in conversations and giving her the inside scoop. It must be that must be humble pie, Sean, because at this point you're her errand boy. Like, yeah, and if I need you, if I want you again, I'll call you, Rishi, if you're around. I mean, fine. I love to see actors and artists working. That's fine. But for me, narratively, he should have been gone after last season. I didn't expect to see him. I didn't want to see him this season. I feel like he's run his course. Unless there's some huge redemption arc, that he's going to come out the other side of it, but he's in a situation to now where he can't even trade anymore, right? Like he can't do anything in
He
the
said
field
nobody will
anymore.
hire him. He can't get a job from here to there. So he can't do anything if he over here working under the likes of Harper for some
So
little pocket change.
if Harper and Eric do this thing that
Hmm.
we're
That's what
talking
I was gonna
about
say.
doing, are they going to hire him?
I thought that if it would be anybody, because I can't put anything past Harper, but I wouldn't want a liability like Rishi near, even if he's good at his job. It's just too much, and he can't be trusted. But Eric might take that leap. Eric might take that leap, or he might. I never trust Eric. Try to do some underhanded things and use Rishi to kind of double back and get at Harper while meanwhile she thinks that they're in business together and everything's good and we're in solidarity. Like, no, myself and Rishi, we've been plotting. Who knows? But he has to do and mean something or he just wouldn't be here. There's no reason for him to just be here. I was like, Rishi's still here? And I knew he was because I saw him in the trailer, but I was like, Rishi's still here. Well, we'll see.
Well,
I'll
he
hit
knows
you
how
up
to
later.
steal. We saw that.
Oh,
He knows how
I
to
was
steal
like,
a
get
cell
your
phone.
phone from that man before. I thought he was trying to get in there to get that man passwords and banking information. I said, are you that broke? I thought he was gonna go try to get the man banking information or something. I was like, what is going on? Just look, you look bad, Rishi. But they need to explain his wife. We're not just gonna not act like that didn't happen. Excuse me? But getting on over here into these besties in business. We meet Jay and we meet Whitney. And I said it just had to be called Tinder. Y'all know what we think. It's like, oh, Tinder. Your mind automatically goes to Tinder, the dating. It's like, no, Tinder, the banking app. I was like, okay, like PayPal. What was this episode called? The PayPal,
Bukkake, the
Bukaki or
yeah,
something,
PayPal or something. Yeah.
something like that. But we see their dynamic instantly. We came about the mud. We say, you remember way back when we were selling them baked jackets? Just to think this is where we started and this is where we ended up. But you have more so business minded Whitney just really trying to progress and rebrand because we don't need to tie our Tinder and elevate with something like Sirens. Sirens is giving OnlyFans, and we have the aspect of a politician, of another new character introducing her big beautiful bill, this safe bill in regarding to children and the access to this app. It's like, yeah, we don't need our brand to be attached to that. Baby J said, who cares? Who cares? If it make money, it makes sense. Why are you trying to change? Why are you trying to grow? This should be good enough for you. Whitney is giving a whole lot of Harper. Whole lot of Harper, like, no, better. Elevate. Keep going. Keep pushing. And if you ain't with it, you can pretty much get lost. But you see, right off the bat in the beginning, we're really trying to get into the dynamics of their friendship and why something like what occurs later will be so hard with Whitney because this is my friend. You even have other businessman there at Tinder, like, yeah, you want to do something about him? He's not professional. He smells. His hair is uneven. Like, what are we gonna do about that? You can't do that. Like, well, what? But he's my friend. It was very much that energy that Harper gave when they used Yasmin and she gave that list. And Eric was like, you dumb hoe, you gave him a list. Unplug your headphones. Ew, get out of here. He was mad when Yasmin gave that list. But it's like, but she's my friend. Like, I actually care. Do you really care that much? Do you care beyond the point of what's in the best interest for this business and your business? Because you guys are making money and you're leaving a mark, but you're in the aspect of doing more, bigger, and better. And Jay is just absolutely not with that. Jay having a good time in a fancy car on the late night. Ashley, what did you think about these two?
I Kumar's a mess, in my opinion. There's no way you're keeping that defunct office that way with food and leftovers and critters. It's bad when everybody's telling you you're funky. Like, please, can you handle that? Can you not talk about, black ebony humpers? Please, can you do that? Not in public. Now, I will say I feel like for as diabolical as Whitney got at the end and as cutthroat, I did feel like he gave him some warning, and it didn't feel like the first time we've been here and had these conversations around, okay, we're shifting in a different direction. That is only, 5% of our business. We need to pivot. We need to go somewhere else. There's this new legislation. The stock's going to plummet. We're trying to be, foremost, like you said, push ahead, be number one, do all of those things. And Kumar was really relying on the fact that, well, we've been best friends forever. I'm the CEO, like, and we're, and, there's nothing that you can really do. And I think Whitney, when it came down to brass tacks, after he's met the politician at Yasmin's party and all the things, it's like, yeah, I can't play with you anymore. I'm serious about this business, baby. I'll buy you out. Like, you'll be straight. You'll be fine. But right now, I elect myself as interim CEO, and you're out of here. It did feel cold. But I think that's who Whitney always has been. I think that even though I felt like he was trying in the beginning, he was always going to do this. I don't feel like there was ever a moment where there was going to be a different outcome because Kumar wasn't changing. Jay, you could tell he was set in his ways. Like, the business is thriving, isn't it? We're doing well, aren't we? You like the indulgences, don't you? Like, it's fine. I love this for the show though, because I think we need this hot, contentious rivalry type situation. And I think that Jay had gotten complacent. Now I think he'll be hungry, and I think we'll see some back and forth, whether it's in litigation or whatever. I think some stuff is going to come out, because I also think Jay has some of Whitney's secrets. And I think that's a dangerous position to be in.
Mm-hmm. He does. He said, "What you doing in Africa for so long? What you doing over there?" We're going to get into it, because I'm like, Whitney, don't think that once we get to the end that was a clean break, because it wasn't.
No,
Let's get it. Let's get it. Harper always doing the most. Harper does everything but go back to school. Like, Harper, go back. Take your test. She just wants to be her own boss. We get here, and once again, she's moved too fast. It's typically out of the frying pan into the fire. Now, the whole situation with Eric and the way he sideswiped, say, "Girl, come on, girl, we can go up this elevator real quick." Yeah, she never graduated. She doesn't have a degree. Get her out of here. That was different. By the time we went into being business partners with, I can't remember her name from the previous season, and we set up shop and everything, and we met with Otto here, and it was just all of this. We were made to understand, like, yeah, she's not that type of business partner, Harper. She's not willing to go low and do things like insider trading and just the illegal route of it all to get things done. That's just not her. And then we have the conversation and the sit down, and after the fact, it seems like we change our mind. You know what? I'm just not going to be comfortable there. But at least there, she was empowered. She was independent. Was she, still technically under someone? Or I think that it was more so a partnership, and she was valued in that space for what she could bring. But per usual, Harper wants more, and she wants to be able to do business the way that she does, regardless of who's there. But we can never do that if we're a side, a partner, or an underling. But we won't go on back and get that degree to save our life, to legitimize ourselves. We just won't do that. Maybe we're just already in it. But we have the big awful happen, and the stock is beginning to plummet, because Siren, we don't want no connection to that. We're all on the news. Nobody wants it. So all of the people underneath her who went into business, paid their big bucks. Yeah, we gonna gate that. We gonna put a little hold on that. She said, just hold up. We put a gate on it. She said, wait until I fix it. Just hold on. It's like, yeah, you gonna lie to these people? You're just gonna say, do what I said. Do what I said. I don't care. I'm like, Harper, you can't do this. Everybody's always telling her what she can't do, what's not plausible, what's not legal. This doesn't make any sense. On a business side, when that man said this episode, like, why did you get in this business if you don't have any post control? Like, what the hell are you doing? And she's just like, yeah, they trust me. Like, she just wants this sense of self-importance, and she really takes pride in those clients coming to her. But it's like, we just can't continue to go on like this. Bottom line, after we decide to gate and send this email, child, the way this man came in there and had a stroke and stroked up. First of all, you don't have to sleep with everybody, Harper. She says, is this because you couldn't make me climax? Like, are you okay? And she's like, if you're going to have a stroke, go out there and do it. He literally has a stroke. And Harper goes, oh, that's inconvenient. That's inconvenient. Somebody pick him up. Get him out of here. But he's like, yeah, are you sure that it's all sirens and the political aspect of it all? Or just Otto have his own political agenda and people that he's trying to please? She goes on down here in Otto's face, trying to be a big bad. You hired me for my, it's like it was giving DEI. Girl, I hired you because you were young, you had tenacity, you're willing to be devious, and you're black. And that's running thin right about now. You don't run nothing. You don't come in here and tell me anything. It's just like, oh, really? Yes, Harper? Yes, you don't. She tries this every single time and she oversteps. And baby Otto is not given anything to play with. Oh, you brought somebody here to be in blackface and be a puppet and be. I sure did. I actually called somebody the R word earlier today. And I might do it again later. What are you gonna do about it? Don't come. He said, don't you come here with this woke shit. Who you think it is? Rosa? Don't come here trying to be woke. I run this. It's just like, you know what? Once again, I'm looking at the aspect of embarking out solo. Like, we just got here, Harper. We just got here. We just got our hair and our nails did, got our nice tailored suit, and now we're leaving to go embark on something by ourselves. Why do you feel like Harper continues to do this? We go against the grain with these clients when we don't have to, because when they're telling her to pull out, okay, now we need to pull the stock. It's at a D. It's just like no, because it's like because I didn't give the cue, the order. I didn't say so. I want to be like she wants power and to be in control this bad that you're going to self sabotage. If it's all of that, you can self sabotage yourself and take your ass back to school. That's
Ultimately, Harper still has desires to be validated by the white infrastructure and system. Honestly, as much as she has kind of made reference to it throughout the seasons, even in her dating life, he just says he wanted a biracial or a light skinned black girl, and so yeah, I'm used to it. It's like she has kind of conformed to that way of thinking in business and dating and everything. Um, because in some way she wants to seek dominance in that world. And I was glad that this happened. And I'm glad he said what he said to her, because I was like, maybe finally Harper will get it. Like, baby, you've been a pawn since the beginning, sweetheart. You have not had any control since the beginning, sweetheart. Even when Otto propositioned you for this possibility, baby, it was never that. That's always going to be a part of it in your world as far as you stand. I know you're supposed to be the boss, Harper, but I'm going to have
yeah,
five people come in and they're going to be micromanaging your day to day. Harper acted really dense for me with this. Girl, you
you
thought you were
know,
going to go in this white man's company and have carte blanche power and running stuff without any oversight?
she said
Hell no.
I'm
He
being
like,
overseen.
look,
I'm being handled. I'm supposed to handle my cases independently. It's like, no, you're going to be handled and then you're going to be double and triple checked like everybody else here. My issue is, I'm like, are we trying to walk away from that narrative? Because in the beginning, it was giving, especially when it was in comparison to Yasmin and she would go to Eric, like, what's so special about Harper? And it's like, and she would just compare herself to her. She's just so good at her job. And, Harper on a dime and tell her, girl, you ain't nothing. You ain't never had nothing, never been nowhere. You're only here because of your privilege. You're not smart. And then Harper's just supposed to be so great at her job. Are you? Because
I think
with
it's
a lot of
weighted.
moments, with a lot of moments, it's just been like pure tenacity and luck that things have kind of just fell into place at moments for her. I'm like, are you really good at your job or are you just kind of lucky? Because you always press it.
Well, like Eric said, he's like, she's the one who'll do it. Like, I think
Mm.
that's been the biggest difference between everybody else. Harper's just never been afraid. Like, if I want something done, Eric's like, oh, I'll send Harper. She'll do it. Harper would do stuff she never wanted to do in a million years. Get on that call. Yasmin, the one that Yasmin's on right now, get in there and offer him X, Y, or Z and make the sale right now, Harper. Okay, I'll do it. Like, I'll do it. She's just always been the I'll do it. I don't think Gus was 9,000 times smarter than Harper was to me. I'm not going to take any of her acumen away because I do think she's got something for it. Like, even in this short, with everything that's going on politically, all the steps she's taking to kind of get this stock for the Lolo and, ruin the company or whatever she's trying to do. Um, I just think that like that's more bravado than
Yes,
actual talent. That's what it's always been for her. I
but
think
I
that's
always
why
want her
we
to have
saw.
talent.
Well, I
I want
think
her to
that's
have
what we
talent
saw.
because all the men are all bravado. And I thought that she was going to be the exception. Like
No,
I have that, and I'm also very smart at what I do. Like
I
Harper,
I think she's smart, but I think her toxicity over count, like I think it outweighs all of the smarts that she has. And so it just looks like recklessness. It looks like self-sabotage. It looks like I'm gonna do this. And I think very early on, I think in season one, when we have her and Gus, it took Gus a long time to even really talk to Harper because
yeah,
I think he saw through it. He's like,
yeah,
oh, okay. Like she's just willing to do that. It's not that she's whatever. And I think she rides a lot. I think Harper rides on being cute, looking innocent. No, I do. I think she rides a lot on like she'll just be the one to do it. Like I'm bold, the bold conquers and all of that. But yeah, as far as talent, it remains to be seen. We'll see what happens when she's in this situation with Eric. But a lot of her wins early on were because Eric pushed her to do some stuff she was uncomfortable with. A lot of them. A lot of them.
we shall see. Maybe some time has went by and we're still just as desperado as we were in season one. You're not an intern anymore. But getting into the brokenness that is Harper. Harper, you don't have to sleep with everybody.
Yes, he does, honey. Yes,
They
he
gonna
does.
sleep with a subordinate. They gonna have some. You can't even call it like workplace romance. Like these romps. Like, man, okay. There's never any professionalism anywhere. But this is back into the mind frame of just how unprofessional and broken Harper is and why she isn't ready for certain spaces in certain rooms. We're already sleeping with this man. Our what is it? Quabina? Am I saying that right? Quabina?
Quabena.
Quabina?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're sleeping with him. Okay, there's that, but that's what they're gonna do. Period. But I was surprised to see Sweet Pea. I said, why is Sweet Pea here? Sweet Pea, first of all, Sweet Pea still just as viral as she was. I said, y'all really gonna hold up a white tea woman in a random video? How long we gonna talk about this video? I thought this was over last season. But she over there on Sirens. I think she number one. I said, why you here, Sweet Pea? Clearly you got OnlyFans Sirens money and you could be living your best life. But we saw her bring Harper on to the previous business that she walked away from, and now she's here. And they're like, why are you keeping Harper around? It would be different if Harper was down for the nefarious just as much as if Sweet Pea was down for the nefarious just as much as Harper is. But she isn't. She's very straightforward, very, well, that's not in the book. Well, we can that's not legal. She doesn't do that. She's a straight shooter. So when we have them in the middle of their romp, I love how they just throw in oh, next you're gonna be trying to peg me. Like, oh, what? Why would you say that? Why are we talking about pegging in the middle of sex? Like, yo, just wait. Give us 30 minutes.
Give me,
give us
give me, give me.
give me 20 minutes. Give us 20 minutes. But she also takes the time to bring up Sweet Pea. She's like, so yeah, did you see the video? Did you like it? Did you see her? It's like, no, she's not. So you wouldn't take pleasure in the fact that you could just pound that sweet. I'm like, it's another comparison thing, like the same energy that she was giving Yasmin, and it made me concerned for what capacity she was keeping Sweet Pea here. Like, why is Sweet Pea here? What is she gonna do? I'm hoping that she's not here because clearly, this season they want Harper to get her manhood on. So the way to do that would have her flip and get into the misogyny and treat, like, oh, not you. We wouldn't expect this from you. Remember season one when you got assaulted and all those things? Like, what is this energy that you're giving me? I'm hoping that we don't have Sweet Pea here for that. But in that moment of sex when she compared herself, like, what is Sweet Pea here for? Because she could have hired anyone. Ashley?
I think it's really interesting you mentioned that because I really do feel like Harper resting in a lot of masculine energy this season, even the writers and the wardrobe and all of that are doing an exceptional job because we saw Sweet Pea in full menswear, and we see Harper in this kind of piece, especially in this opening shot where the top portion very much looks menswear. Of course, now at the bottom we have that, and I think that was by design as well. Hopefully this season Harper does use her sexuality to her benefit, because I feel like a lot of the sexual stuff that we've seen with Harper in the past was purely just fulfilling like a fleshly desire. I hope now she kind of pushes it and does something different just for sake of the narrative. And as far as Sweet Pea, I do think it's interesting because she has always been since her first day on the floor. It was like, oh, okay, Sweet Pea's here, not coming to play with you hoes. Like, I'm pretty, I'm cute and all of that, but no, you're gonna respect me. I like her here because I feel like she could be the moral compass in the room to do that. Now, is Harper going to like that? Not necessarily, but do we need balance at some point in one of these seasons? We do need some voice of reason here. I also like Corbena for that, except I really do feel as though he's under her thumb completely. Like, get the laptop, send the email right now. I don't think this is good. Send the email, double check it, proofread it. I was like, girl. It tickled me. And I do think that Harper will always measure herself against her peers or who's seemingly better, like a Yasmin, like a Sweet Pea. Like, do you like her better? Like, does she turn you on? Do you like that? Like, what does she do that you like? I think there will always be a measure of comparison because I think for so long she has been vying for that type of acceptance, that type of privilege. And I feel like she's always felt like she's had to get it out of the mud. I'll be very interested to see if this is going to explode or implode, because she was kind of Sweet Pea savior in a sense last season. So what will that look like going forward? Because they're going to bump heads as far as integrity. That's
Yeah,
just
because first episode, people's like, are you mad? What are you doing? You can't do that. Like, we'll see. And I'm hoping with Quabina, we do something more than just sexualize him. I think we fell so short at times with Gust and him and them resting in his sexual prowess and escapades. And I feel like he had so much more to give as a character, especially with him being one of the few dark, men on the just the situation and the way he can perceive things that are going on, and how he's being represented and treated could be completely different because it's such a white centered space. Just don't just make him the little sexual object, the little yang yang around the house and Harper's get my coffee. Hopefully we do something with him. I just want to say
I hope so. He's got to be smart. He's in the room, so he's smart. But hopefully, we get to see it, like you said.
that. Oh no. Thank you, Roses. But in my opinion, I thought Otto hired knowing she did insider trading, so if something goes wrong, she would take the fall using her to do the dirty work. Most definitely. Most definitely. We knew that when they were sitting on that damn bench, and it was like, you're gonna leave. What independent when that lady sat in your face and said, Harper, I know everything. I know you didn't graduate college. I don't care. It's okay. We're gonna do business. It's no shade now. Like, we have the open floor. And once again, we had someone there to be the moral compass and like, yeah, okay, Harper, we're not doing that. We can do this, but not that. This makes sense. And she wasn't afraid to elevate. Like, I thought there was room to grow, and she had to take her butt over here to Otto and be all sinister, thinking that she was getting something that she couldn't have gotten over there on her own. Like, yeah, she won't let me do illegal stuff, so I'm gonna go over here with Otto. Harper, I don't know. I don't know. But
Want to be
she not even
somebody.
looking at it like that. And that's not something that couldn't still happen. Even if she trying to go over there with Eric. It's like, girl, who did you think you were? Like, you're privileged. It's a privilege for you to be here. You know how many people want this spot? Young as you are? Okay, let's go over here with Yasmin. Let's go over here with Yasmin. Yasmin, the wife, the socialite, the advocate. This is your life now, Yasmin. Yasmin ended up right where everybody said she would, and it's so sad. It's so sad. It was very much giving, like, why are you trying? You're in here, especially when we're getting into the relationship that she has with her father. Like, you around her playing at a job, like she was a little Barbie trying to have her first pretend job. Like, yeah, I can type, and no, you're not. You're not. You're better off using your little feminine wiles and ending up with a wealthy man and getting married. Money, marrying money. What are you doing here? All you ever did was be pretty and spend daddy's money. And now we're over here being pretty and spending daddy's money. Oh, Yasmin. After last season, and we had that victim confront her, like, if some things happen, it's okay to talk about it. I'm here, like sisterhood. She said, oh my God, get her the hell out of here. I never want to see her again. Still haven't dealt with everything. I still feel like we're dealing with things with our dad, because I don't think we went as far or got confirmation. But he definitely did some weird things as far as Yasmin is concerned. And she's blocking those things. I'm like, and this was kind of a means to an end situation, especially after Rob. The way I thought, I was like, oh, is Yasmin gonna be pregnant? I thought she was gonna be pregnant for Rob. And she was very clear out there on that bench, all bareback. Yeah, we don't need any condoms. I just want you here and now. I was like, she gonna be pregnant out here for Rob and be pretending that is Henry's baby? I didn't know where we were going with that. But so far, I guess that's the storyline that's dropped, especially if Rob's no longer here on the show. But we have her advocating all about Sir Henry, who has a cold. He's incapacitated. He has a cold. But I have a party coming up. We're getting into politics. I was like, what about Henry gave get into politics? Oh, we're gonna cross that bridge when we get there. But she's out here lobbying and kissing babies and meeting up with Whitney and this woman here. She looks happy, but we all know Jasmine isn't happy, and this can't be what she wanted. Things are maybe just kind of okay now and she's coasting. But with Henry, things can only get worse. I think it's going to get bad, and she's really going to regret her choice. Ashley, how you feel about Yasmin right now?
Yasmin been trying to be a savior the whole show, and she just don't have it in her because she's not a good person. Yasmin is a terrible, deceitful, low down scallywag with no hair in the back. I think everything is all well and cute until she finds out that Whitney and Henry, they sword fight. I think everything is going to be fine until she gets that little revelation. I think she's sticking her nose in places that doesn't belong right now. I think she just needs to focus on being cute, redecorating this castle, and planning the next event. I hate to see her get involved with these people because Harper's about to drag you through there again. Cause why is she there again, Yasmin? Have you learned nothing, Jon Snow? You're with Jon Snow, but you know nothing, Jon Snow. Like, what is happening over here? And of course, Harper's watching the room, watching Whitney, and you created the atmosphere for the twain to meet. Now, this is gonna result in disaster. And Yasmin, like always, you're gonna be in the middle of it. You just got outside a scandal. You just got a little bit of freedom. You just got, and now you want to have the new, is she running for prime minister, this lady? And this scumball and add Harper. This is a recipe for disaster, Tyra. I think Yasmin has got to let that go. I think for so long she's been trying to convince herself that she is the injured party, like I'm this good person, whatever. And I hope this season she finally comes to the reality of who she actually is. A demon.
I thought she was gonna be standing on big business this season. Like, well, they kind of deaded that at the end of last season when it was like, so you coming to my wedding? I'm like, why are we still conversing with Harper? What are we doing? Like, it's a sad day when your best good friend is Harper. It, she keeps letting her into her space, and I need them to justify it. Is it like we're crazy, we're awful, we understand each other on a certain level? Nobody's gonna get me like Harper does, so I have to keep opening doors and windows for her. Because it was all, I guess, cute at first when it was disguised as, I think deep down Harper's a really good person. She's my friend. She cared about me. She helped me on that yacht that day with my dad. Like it's deeper than that. I don't see any plausible reason for Harper to be at the function after them slaps and that confrontation and the victimhood of it all. I thought that was it, but we're still.
She don't have sense. It's like Stockholm syndrome. Because what are you doing over here? Harper don't give a single damn. And Roses, but yes,
No,
I want her to fully embrace her true villainy because she's been
that's
a
what I
villain the entire
thought.
time.
That's
As
what
much
I thought.
in the beginning,
I
it was like, oh, Harper, Harper, Harper. She hated Harper the whole time. You're helping
I
Harper.
know. I
She lived in your house.
know.
You hated her.
I remember. That's what I'm saying. I thought that this was the season. Now, of course, first of all, we tried to give her a little redemption because with the case and the dad and them trying to use her as the fall person, she had every right and reason to make those victims relive their trauma and get her coin and do all of this. But it's like she actively chose to come over here. Leave that. Leave her beloved Rob, because she could have been over there with Rob and marry this man and marry into, the wealthy and make all her problems go away. And I'm sure it helped that Henry's dad was there telling her everything that she wanted to hear and being the daddy that she never had. And you're going to be protected here. That was good. But I thought that this was when she had that conversation in the car, whatever that scene was when Rob was scratching the lottery ticket. It's like she had a revelation of I can't do this. I'm not built to go on and be a good person, a bigger person, go to Cali and just live that's not me. I want to go and get it back for everybody who said that I couldn't. You thought I was terrible. Now, like, what are we doing? What you doing, Yasmin? I thought we were going to be throwing our weight around in our money because Harper, you could never. I thought we were going to be trying to prove, like, when they told her you're not that bright, you're slow, you ain't never done nothing. I thought she was going to, not just for her, but she spent so much time harboring on the way her father made her feel and the way that he approached her just in life in general. What are we doing here? I don't know. I thought we had the money to throw it around, not be a socialite and throw parties and be my man, my baby, my baby, my baby with Henry. We'll see. I thought she was. Thou art a villain. She's not a villain. Thou art not a villain. We're not. But we'll see where it's still early in the season. I'm like, I don't know how much she has to be corrupted to get all the way completely evil, but hey, get the what 50 Cent say? Get the strap. Get the strap. I didn't want to show it. I didn't want to show it. That's just her standing like in her superwoman pose. Like, huh. Always wanted one of these. I always wanted to peg someone. Um, Baby, we wasted no time. As quickly as they meet, and I know you know who I am. I know who you are too. Even though we know that there's always an end game, baby, Harper ain't coming down to the function or a party unless it's something in it for her. Even when they were like, "Oh yeah, you know Yasmin, yeah, I know her." Like, how do you know her? You know, she just, it's like it wasn't like, "Oh, that's my friend, my close friend Harper." It was like, "Yeah, she what? You know her from where, Harper?" Yeah, I'm not here for that. I'm here. The way she felt left out, like, really, Heifer, you're not gonna ask me to come sit at the table with you? I just gotta stand from outside the club. Okay, I'll just wait over here because I'm gonna get him later when he come out. Baby, there's always an end game. When she sat up there and said, "I'm tired of other people having the power to make my business venture shut down," Otto, Whitney, these are other people. So I'm sure that there's an agenda. And of course, we have old Jim on the case when he's not dancing in the club and talking about it. I don't know. But we get out there, just like, yeah, let's go on home. Go on, handle business. And I was like, okay, Harper as usual. We gonna have some sex. We gonna show them titties and tattoos. We gonna show titties and tattoos every single time because that's a must every episode. But Whitney said, do something to make me feel better in my Players Club voice. Said, bottom drawer, left hand side, black box. She's like, oh my God, what is it? The biggest, blackest strap on that you would ever want to see. I said, oh my God. I was not ready. I'll tell you what I was ready for. Because this show goes there, I thought they were going to give us a full-on scene. I was like, okay, they just alluded to it and we left. I thought they was going to take us through there. I was like, oh my goodness. Because this is the show that has no problem taking us through there. But Harper puts it on. She's looking at herself in the mirror. And we are getting into, being male-centered, the misogyny. So many of Harper's misgivings, missteps, the way that she's handled, the way that she's dismissed is because she's a woman. Half the problems that she has moving in this space, they wouldn't exist if she was a man. She tries to move like she is one already. So it's like, ooh, what if I had a penis? I actually get to have one? Somebody's gonna let me peg them and it's Whitney? Oh Lord. Now, Whitney was extremely comfortable. Some men have, different fetishes. But via the trailer, I feel like Whitney like him a little man, like him a little beef on the side, if you will. And Yasmin is about to take this man over there with her husband. It's gonna get real interesting. It's gonna get real interesting in these streets after we, unstrap and all those good things. I was like, Harper's every bit of 4'2". Like, you and this strap on is wild. I just couldn't. But in the midst of it, in the morning of, you have Jim call with vital information and this. Okay, yeah, it's nothing. I don't want to hear that right now. I'm just as close as I need to be and want to be right now to get anything that I ever want to know. I think she needs to take heed and listen to all information. I don't think Whitney can be trusted. I think he's doing nefarious things. I don't know what kind of trading, what you're doing all off there in offshores and in Africa, and what information Jay has. But until further notice, she will be there strapped up to get and gain access to that information. But I don't want Harper to lose sight of what's important and why we're really here and think that he's none the wiser or just absolutely putty and her hands are vulnerable just because he allowed you to take him. Keep your sights open. Stay focused. Knowing Harper, she's not going to stay focused. Ashley?
Yeah, Deshaun, I see your comment, Whitney, Dio, baby. This man is not Dio. There's no way you meet somebody on the first night and say, you like how I effed you? I'm ready for you to F me. What the hell, Nicholas? I couldn't even find words. My mouth was hanging open. I was aghast, Tyra, because what do you mean? Do you like how I effed you? Why don't you F me? That man ain't DL. And he and Sir Henry, bros over hoes. It's been that. They probably was in boarding school, wrestling peen tips for a very long time. This man is not new to this. He's true to this. He got proclivities. He got desires. He got needs. He wants, and he's not ashamed. Listen, at least he open, honest, very clear about it. When he go to the jungle over there with Jon Snow, I'm gonna brace myself because I don't know what is gonna happen. I don't know what chaos, what bedlam is going to transpire in that castle dungeon, Tyra. But I know the things that they've already
Game of
shown
Thrones.
on industry, I may have to ask Tyra what happened. I don't even know if I'll make it through the scene. Y'all know how I couldn't even get through scenes with Yasmin and Robert talking freaky. It was too much for me. But yeah, this is a lot, and I really do think that this is giving Harper an inflated sense of self here. I don't think she knows the lengths and the depths of who Whitney is yet, and I think he's gonna be her biggest op. Like, I don't think anything she's encountered in the past is going to be in comparison to who he is. And I'll say another thing that was notable to me is when they first meet at Yasmin's party, Harper's lost for words. She can't even find her words. And I've never seen her stumble like that with a man before. It really makes me feel he's going to take her through there and not in a good way. I really, really feel like I don't know if Harper's going to fall for him, but there's going to be some weird dynamic between these two throughout the entire season. I can't wait to see what they're going to do. But honestly, Tyra, I'm so scared. I'm scared.
It is.
She'll betray everybody, but I feel like Whitney's a dangerous man. I do. I feel like he's dangerous.
The way she hung up on that felt like, oh no, it's calm. Like, it might as well have been a flip phone. Like, yeah, so like, and she just is giggity cheesing.
Yeah. Just
Anything else? You want anything else, Big Daddy? What you need? And she's gonna be somewhere being delusional. But I thought what we had was special. But I wore the strap on for you, girl. Everybody wear their strap on. You ain't special.
yeah.
He's really about to get in her face. Harper never fails to allow someone, something to throw her off her game when she only has this much of it. Like, girl, I just, Lord,
This is gonna be a mess. This is
it
gonna be
was
a
the
mess.
way they dropped the camera low and the strap came out head first, and we didn't even see Harper yet. It was like dun dun dun.
I said, man, Dino. I said, why it gotta be big and black, sir? That's your preference? That's what you like? And I thought she was gonna put her hands on her hips like Superman, like that pose and swing it around. I was like, where's the action at, Harper?
You know what sent me and what I felt was diabolical, because he was chastising Jay about what he needs to use in the workplace as far as, black this and black on black. What if this is, fetishizing? What if he asked you to wear it and brought you in here just because you were black? Like, you don't know anything. You don't know. Because you could have had all kind of strap-ons. You had the biggest, blackest strap-on you could find. Whitney.
One. I promise I thought she was gonna make it flap like that. I thought she was gonna do one of those numbers. I really did. I was like, yeah. She was so elated. She was so excited. Was she looking in the mirror? Yeah.
Oh Lord, she really liked the dominant. She did. This is what she feels like she isn't getting in the workplace. It's all about power. It's all about power. But don't think that you're special. I need her to treat this just as sex, and she's not going to. She's going to think like, oh yeah, he let me. Like, yeah, I did. Yeah, who else? Not even thinking, baby. He just met you first night. And it'll be different if it's like, that's something we warm up to. All right, Harper, this is like our third or fourth encounter. Are you open to, like, yeah, go get that strap, Harp? I was like, that just met you.
Baby, this is a Thursday afternoon for Whitney. This is what he does.
It's a Tuesday. It's a Tuesday. We shall see, though, because if this is how we come in. And the fact that they didn't put us through the actual intersection, I was like, oh, we're saving the schmecks for Sir Henry. And they're going to take us to the jungle. I was like, oh my gosh.
They are. Because I said, oh my God, do I need to avert my eye? I was like, am I about to see her top damn Nick from The Handmaid's Tale? Am I about to watch this? Like, I was literally, they came through. Is this corn? Are you watching corn? No, this is industry, sir.
I mean, there's a fine line. Because industry, I'm like, Lord, how much schmecks? I ain't seen so much skeeting all my life on the shelves. Oh my God. It's dripping off all of you people. Relax. It's an hour episode. God. Um, child, Eric could stay gone 5 minutes. You couldn't wait 10 seconds, Eric, to get back over here. Now they've clearly been still corresponding a little bit, regardless of what happens. Eric is still her touchstone. Okay. We get here and Eric's retired. It's all, young black girls and golf down in the States. Supposedly living his best life, but just as quickly as we get there, he's given the same repetition. We're gonna go there again, but we always go there. We always go meet the hoes and the strippers there. Can't we do something else tonight? So when Harper calls with the aspect of business, and yeah, I heard about that. You doing that? That's a rookie move. Like what? Is giving fast and loose. Are you sure about that? We're still there. Well, yeah, I'm really not. I'm actually unhappy with everything that's taking place. What if we were partners? I was like, all right, we really gonna try this again. Neither one of you can be trusted, especially Eric. Especially Eric. Even from the moment that we've met Eric, he's pulled all the wool over this little baby's eyes because it was giving, I minority, you minority. I see you, sis. We can do this together. I come from nothing. You come from nothing. We can do this together and be sick. Like, no. Eric never wanted anybody to do better or outshine him. You can be as great as you want to be, but I'm in charge. I'm the one. Even now, we got all the way up there at Pure Point, did all that work, all the little nefarious, had that man play on his own sensibilities. It's like, oh, well, I thought I had wrote and sent. Yeah, let's go and walk your friend outside. Yeah. Oh, this is my moment to shine. Now that he's gone, I'm going to be the head CEO down at Pure Point. And they told you to pack your raggedy duffel bag and sent you with your millies and put you in early retirement. There's nowhere for you to go. He hasn't had his moment to shine. And he got here all emotional, for so long. You're young and you have all these big ideas and nowhere to put them. And you really think that we can tame all of those things now and just be, come, you're Eric and I'm Harper and we're going to be business partners and put each other's best interest. The way that they allow one another to play in each other's face is wild. Regardless of their little, and I'm like, Harper, who's your father? Where are the influences? The public needs to know because we're also it kind of feels like we're seeking that out as well. This isn't going to go well. It's not going to go well. Eric's probably going to use her to get a shoe in somewhere and try to elevate and discard her or do something behind her back. It's just never going to be that. I don't see that for Harper because you would think after the whole the degree situation and him blowing up her spot that there would always been a vendetta and it's going to be beef forever. But I feel like she doesn't recognize that he only comes to her as a last resort. And it's always like, well, when in doubt, pick Harper. When all else fails, I can go over with Harper. She's smart. She's bright. She'll listen to me. We work well off of each other. Yeah, but it's never like a choice. Even now, it's like, well, you called. Well, you answered. Where you came. This isn't going to go well. And I don't know why they keep doing it. It'll probably be cute for a little bit, but not for a long time. Ashley, both of our names are on the door.
Yeah, they're two sides of the same coin. Like at this point, Eric is just a male Asian version, older version of who Harper will be one day at some point. So I don't take too much off of her. I don't take too much off of him. They've both played in each other's faces repeatedly. I'm just excited for the comedy of errors that's going to ensue because either she's going to try to get him for that golden parachute. What was it, $40 million? It was some astronomical amount of millions that he's sitting on. So she needs the backing and finances now that she doesn't have Otto. And he's gonna play on the young, willing to take chances, Harper, the tea or intel that she has. So I'm interested to see who's gonna win the race. Is it because he's always, 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 and this is what I'm so overhearing about. This is a young man's game. When you get to be my age, it's out with the old, in with the new. You sure you want to do this? Don't change your mind tomorrow. So I mean, it'll be interesting. For what it's worth, I enjoy Eric's character. I've always enjoyed his unhingedness, his ability to say anything to anybody. I love that about him. It'll be cute. It'll be cute for a month or two. and then it's all going to go to hell. Like I said, she's either going to put them in a position to lose everything, or he's going to do the same thing to her and take it over. I'm interested just to see what's going to play out. I like their chemistry. They really have a great chemistry on screen together, as toxic as it is, but that's everybody's relationship here. And I think she probably calls back to the beginning. Like, he took chances on me. He put me out there. He gave me a $50,000 bonus when they weren't trying to pay me anything.
Girl, to
And so now,
control you.
yeah, but it's the same with Yasmin. Yasmin gave me a place to stay when I didn't have anything. If we go back to like the grassroots of it all of these people have given her something. She's, not even thinking about their motives or intentions behind it. I think she's just remembering them as their acts in those moments, like those good deeds. I think she got to get therapy. She definitely projects. She definitely puts too much. She puts 20 on 10 in every situation. Like, I can trust Yasmin. Yes, I'm the one who always betrays her. Yasmin, she's always loved me. Eric, oh yeah, he did what he had to do. They found out, but it'll be fine because he's got $40 million or $20 million. So it's gonna. I just need to get out of this bad situation. So let me get in a worse one. This is a recipe for disaster, and I'll be here with my popcorn.
But she never like stops to consider the tabs that he keeps. Like, you supposed to be off living your best life, retired. Like, and it's like, well, yeah, oh yeah, I know about that. I heard about that. So I heard that you did X, Y, and Z. Why are you keeping tabs on me? Why do you need to know what I'm doing? Always some steps ahead in knowing what you're doing. You're just like, oh, good old reliable. She just legitimately feels like this is a trusted kindred spirit, and we're gonna see. I should hope whatever happens here in this season is something that we can't come back from. Because how many chances are we gonna give one another?
Maybe Harper will, surprise us all this season.
I don't have any faith in her. We shall see. I want to, but it's like, Lord, we're really like, he was so happy and just like that. It looked like he was about to be brought to tears. But if this man said F his own wife and kids, what are you? What are you? She's like, what are those kids? I don't know. What? Boarding school. Yeah, they're somewhere. You said what? No. What is this opportunity? We can go do what? You're a way for me to get in, because nobody else is gonna take a chance on me or hire me. I've been put out to pasture. I'll show on up. I can come on down there. And then what? We'll see.
He got his big booty girls down there. He's not worried about a thing, Tyra. She says she sounds black. Is she black? She black, Eric?
It was. So, well, I'm not a racist. I thought he was. Never mind. Whitney fires a friend. The diabolicus popped out, didn't it? He was down there like a mustache twirling villain. The way that they went down that list when they brought Jay in there, they're like, so you were down at Magic City throwing wands. That came out of the personal accounts. Yeah. Your hygiene. I was like, oh my God, how bad do you smell? Your hygiene, the way you show up here, your attire, just completely unprofessional. You've been abandoning and abusing. And I was like, what? And we have him with like, yeah, we're still going to send you off with a lovely severance package. You're still going to get your benefits and your money. No love is lost between us. You just can't go with us moving forward, and we're going to appoint me as CEO until we can find a replacement. Yeah. And he's just gone, friend. He said, bye, friend. I don't think he is really realizing what's at stake here and how maybe just disregarding him. Because even though Jay doesn't have any direction and it's just like, oh, good enough and this and this and that, at this dinner, he says, I don't have anything to go home to. I don't have, it's like he wasn't motivated. This is motivation if I've ever seen it. This is get it back in blood if I've ever seen it. This will wake him up, clean him up, and then I know what bodies are buried. You gonna send me off like this? This was not a smart decision. That little one thing to sever ties with Siren and that business, but it's like, yeah, we need to get rid of you. Not thinking about how long this man has been. He's been there with you since the beginning. So if anybody knows everything about you, things that you've done, things that you might not know that he knows, I think he's underestimating that just because of how he's been. It's just like, yeah, he's just gonna go and he'll be mad, but he'll get over it. What is he gonna do besides be exactly what he is? He's gonna just rest in, the drugs and all the other stuff that he's been doing around here. I think that this might hopefully, I was like, this can't be a one-off. This is gonna light a fire under Jay, and he might come back with a little bit of vengeance. Because the way he twirled in that chair, it was like you can't roll with it. You're getting rolled over. We're gonna be bigger than the banks. We're gonna be bigger than pay. We're gonna kill banks. I was like, okay, evil. That's cool, Ashley.
This is going to be crazy. And I mean, if Jay was paying attention when you got sunned outside of that meeting, baby, you didn't even get to attend the meeting, and they fired your client. Like, that's a problem. I mean, Jay did get warnings. I'll give him that. But you're expensing your strippers? Like, sir, be serious. And everybody said he was funky. He told him at the beginning of the episode, you need to clean out this office. Can they come in and bring you some tea? Can they clean up in the place a little bit? The people are complaining. Like the staff is complaining. There's a stench emanating from your room. But he roasted this man in front of all them people. And they said, yeah, hey, yeah, and I elect myself interim CEO. You can't do this. I'm CEO, Jay. Go get it back in blood. Pull all everything out that you got on Whitney. I want to hear it. I want to see it if there's video proof or evidence. I want this to go full throttle nuclear. I'm very, very excited for what this is going to mean for the rest of the season because you don't go quietly into that good night, sir. You don't do that. He played in your face. And he's making decisions unilaterally. It really gave Bad Boy, Tyra, or Death Row Records. Welcome to Death Row. This was crazy to me.
It was
I
the
was
hand
tickled
in
though.
the
I can't lie.
chair. It's like Dr. Evil. It's like, look at me. You look at me. It's like, get out of here. You gotta go. Okay. You smell. Smelly. Get your ass out of here. Get a little funk yourself. You've been stinking up this office long enough. You're just not business minded and savvy enough to go where we're going. He said everybody can't go. I'm trying to elevate. You want to stay here and be complacent with the pennies that we're making? It's like, what do you mean? We're very successful. No, no. I'll keep Tinder and you can go. He'll be back. He'll be back. Now getting over here. Sir, I was wondering, I was like, where the heck is Sir Henry? I knew something was up. When she was like, yeah, he can't be here. I wish you ought to come to his birthday party and socialize, but he has a cold. But we're gonna be coming out, getting into politics, and he's ready, and we're gonna lobby. We're gonna be out in the streets kissing babies because he's ready for whose office, what position, ma'am? What? The drugs came out. Now we've seen them on all the drugs, and they gonna snort some white girl. They gonna pop a pill. I saw a syringe. I said, "Sir, you're main vein. You're an IV user now. Okay." And he's sitting there playing that piano to himself, haven't said a word. It's about to get dark. It's about to get dark. I'm trying to figure out if he is in this state. What are you doing, Yasmin? What do you think is about to happen? Because I'm sure she's aware. I'm sure he's not like this in secret. And we haven't really had a moment to revisit when she had to scoop him up off the floor that first time and how erratic his emotions can be and how unstable he is and his mental capacity for so much. And it's like, are you being properly medicated? Sir Henry has never been okay. We knew he wasn't okay when he fought down at the playpen or wherever the hell they were over there with Rob. He's not okay. And he's not built for dilemmas, built for something to not go like you see how quickly he fell apart when that started to crash and I'm gonna pull out and I don't and he also has that broken relationship with his own, family and him not feeling like he's been successful. He's just not okay. But we are acting like we are getting ready to campaign and run for office at this point. I don't know what's going to happen here, but I do know that we're going to be laying it low and spreading it wide down there with Nikki. Ashley?
Oh yeah, he definitely. I'm telling you, they're going to be peen tip wrestling, sword fighting. But yeah, Ivy rug user is crazy. I knew he, had his mental health battles, and they all do rugs. They've all been doing rugs since the very beginning. But Yasmin will be the dutiful, lavender wife or partially lavender because I think they did get Bucky naked. But I mean, she don't love this man. We know what this is. This is a marriage clearly of convenience, of title, of name, of rank, of money. But I do think this is more than she's probably bargained for. But again, she has been vying for savior for a very long time. This was the perfect relationship to enter into to get that role fully. So yeah, she's gonna be his number one, whatever. Yasmin is not going anywhere. She likes the comforts of it. You already see how she's moving around in these spaces. She loves it. She loves the money. She loves the title. She loves the opulence of it all. She's like, this is what my life is supposed to be. So what? He's got a rug problem. We'll handle that behind the scenes. We'll keep that under the rug. Yeah, and we'll just move on with our lives. This is gonna be a mess. This is going to be a descent. I'm more curious about how Yasmin is going to deal with it at home. And we'll see what that happens. And if she's going to confide in Harper, that'll be the biggest mistake of her life. But I'm very interested to see because she tends to do that all the time.
Please don't confide in Harper. Please, ma'am. Have you learned nothing? Um, it's just giving repeat. Remember that boyfriend that she had first season, and she was trying to help him along, and it just really ran her ragged, and she did it until she couldn't anymore. I think that this is that on a much grander scale. I'm like, Jon Snow, are you here to float on and leave Yasmin all your money? Is that where we're headed? She could be a widow with a bag, because it's just not giving that, because I don't see her getting to the point of frustration. She will, but like divorce, I don't think we want to go that route. But he could die and leave her the funds. That could possibly happen. But yeah, I think he's really gonna test her boundaries as far as what all she has to do to hell keep him alive and have him accountable to be where he's supposed to be, since we're gonna be campaigning and lobbying. I don't know. But child, getting to Ashley's favorite part. Episode 2 predictions. I literally have none. I'm like, I guess, is that the last that we've seen of Otto since Harp decided, yeah, I'm trying to go? Like, she just jumps from place to place. What does this mean for your current dynamic? Like, who in this office was underneath? Like, ma'am, it's just a disregard for everybody working under her. I don't know who she's bringing. Probably Sweet Pea and Sexual Chocolate. They're probably coming with her. Um, I guess we'll see their dynamics as far as setting up this business with her and Eric. I think we're probably gonna, since he was just kind of not here in this episode until the very end, we're gonna spend some time, a whole lot of time, with Henry and see where he is mentally and how those drugs are having an effect on him and how maybe Yasmin is dealing with that. Um, yeah, there's that. Whitney, I we probably see them having sneak off, freak off, sneaky link moments. He gonna be over there with maybe Miss Thing going through there. Or we might have that party that we have Yasmin keep speaking on, this birthday party, and have everybody there. It looked like a masquerade type situation. So I'm not sure what it was. But maybe we'll all meet there and we'll have Henry bump on into Whitney and reminisce on, old time. I don't know. I just think it's gonna be really interesting, but above all else, it's gonna be sexual. It's gonna be sexual and it's gonna be drugs. Those are always guaranteed. Ashley?
Yeah, we definitely know that Otto is not out of the picture yet. She signed something. She signed a non-compete. She signed some sort of document, I'm sure, when he brought her on, that's
Really?
going to prevent
You
or
think she gonna go against the grain this hard to have signed something and just go up and leave and start her own thing?
yeah,
Harper.
yeah. Yeah, I think her audacity and hubris knows no bounds. So I think we'll get contentious with that, of course, when he hears the smoke. I definitely think we're going to see more of Whitney. Maybe we'll see more of Whitney in his interactions with his assistant now that Jay's gone. What that's going to look like in the office after the dust settles. As far as Yasmin, yes, it's very much giving Let Them Eat Cake, Marie Antoinette. It's going to be all of the things. I'm actually excited to see the fashions for the party and what's going to blow up and what debauchery that they're going to get into. Because it's all going to be hedonism next episode. It is going to be a bacchanal, if you will, in there. And that's probably, we might see the peen tips next episode, Tyra. I don't know. They're coming out the gate strong. So I'll be interested to see that. I hope we get to see more of Eric next season. Hopefully he's flying in and they're looking at locations and kind of talking over like logistics and what it's going to look like. But yeah, that's all I got
Well,
for
we
it.
shall see. Y'all, that was Industry Season 4, Episode 1. Thank you guys so much for being here. Be sure to drop down and let us know how you feel about this. Is your first time covering industry, watching industry. If you are enjoying the conversation, you want us to keep coming back, be sure to comment below before you guys leave. And yeah, be sure to be on alert this week for all the things that are coming because there's a lot of lives this week, a lot of shows, a lot of content. Ashley, anything you want to share?
Nope. Don't forget tomorrow we will be don't forget tomorrow we will be doing a 90-day fiance before the 90 days, kind of like a season catch up. And then we're talking about reviewing it weekly. I believe on Wednesday we're going to be talking Tell Me Lies, season 3, episode 1, child. Then we're going to be talking about Hijack, season 2. Then we have Traitors and The Pit. We'll be covering those first 2 episodes of The Pit. So yeah, just be there or be square. A lot of fun content. And thank y'all for coming through, supporting the live. Be sure to like, please, and drop a comment after the live is ended. That helps us so much, and it'll let us know if this is something we need to keep talking about.
I have one more episode of Tell Me Lies. I'm exhausted. Y'all have a good night. See y'all later.
Good night.
You make me wanna throw my picture out the window. Tell MCI to cut the phone poles. Break my lease so I can move. Cause you a bugaboo, a bugaboo. I wanna put your number on the call. I can have a